call. We are the rolling out AM wake up call. We are the
Rolling out
wake up call. Let's go, y'all. I am Portia Monique, and this is Tiara Berry, and Romeo International is somewhere, y'all.
Yes,
he's somewhere. But let's go live, y'all. Let's go.
Hit it.
The sun is shining, shining, nice and bright, bright. The birds are chirping, chirping, and I'm excited. Time to get ready, ready for another day. Hey, no one can stop us. Oh, we gon' learn to play. Oh, every day we learn and play. We do our best, so we'll be great. Oh, 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 oh. You do your best, best. And I do mine. So let's get ready. Cause it's about that time. Good morning, morning, you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning, time to wake. Good morning, your dance and play. Good morning, somebody today. Good morning, open your eyes. Good morning, reach for the sky. Good morning, 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 morning to you. Good morning, 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 how do you do? Good morning, 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 morning to you. Good morning, 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 how do you do? Good morning. You see me on my grind. Woo. Stars got to shine. I'm a supernova. Yeah, you see me taking over. Yeah, I'm on the move. I got a way to shine too. So let me hear you say, every day we gon' learn and play.
Well, look what we have here.
Came back, y'all.
Hey, look, I don't know what's going on in y'all life, but it's busy over here. I'm trying to get back to the other country. That's what I'm trying to do.
Listen, I feel you on that busy. Cause so we over here working triple time, quadruple time. What's the tens for 5? Somebody help me. You trying to move from y'all? What you mean?
It is so happy to see you ladies this morning, man. Tiara,
you always be trying to deflect.
Very, very great to see your face. Portia, Monique in the morning time. It's whatever. I'm just saying, it's a beautiful life.
Yeah, I dropped my damn glasses yesterday. I was so mad. I was outside and dropped them. Now they all scratched up. Oh, God. It's the worst.
I can't find my AirPods. It's one of those mornings, but we gonna push through it.
Yes, we can hear you good, though.
Yeah.
People? Y'all gotta stop y'all morning better, man. Y'all need to be
I got my little coffee. I'm red tea. Red tea.
Here. We're present.
Do I need to call you at 3 a.m.? Do I need to do that?
I'll be up.
Half of us already up at 3. You ain't gotta call nobody, bro.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Funny thing, I did call my mom last night at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and she was like, "Don't you gotta get up in a few hours?" She's like, "What time did you go to bed?" I was like, "That doesn't really matter right now."
Yeah, going to bed is over.
Yeah. No, Romeo, actually, you do need your sleep, but you are at high risk for a heart attack.
Important.
If you don't go to sleep, just so that you know. Don't want to scare you, but you do need to get your sleep.
You'll do what? You'll what?
I think it's a heart attack or something like that because your body needs rest.
You need to rest. I think my issue is getting acclimated with the abrupt change in the weather here in Atlanta. Like it got really, really cold.
Girl, gone some damn where. We're really cold in Atlanta.
No,
we got snow on the ground. Okay, do you know the first day of snow?
70 here to like 30 though.
Ooh.
29. And that change in weather had me in the house by 4:30.
I was in. Well, I had a dentist appointment yesterday, and I was in early. But I stay in the house. I'm good in the house, y'all. Y'all don't understand how good I am in the house. I don't have to go nowhere.
don't listen to Portia. She don't know what coal is, Tiara. They got that fake coal up there. She don't know what coal is. She don't know what that Atlanta freezing cold, the air not even blowing.
It's different. There's no warning. It's just like, oh, it was 70 and now it's 29. And it's
I can't believe y'all ain't had no accidents because that frost on the road. Y'all don't know how to act when y'all driving with frost on the road. So be careful driving. Be careful driving, y'all. Anyway, what's up, y'all? We got a packed show today.
We do.
Who invited all these people? Harpo, who them people?
Harpo, who them people?
But we got a lot of guests today. Y'all know Peace and Purpose is coming up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week. If you have not registered for it, please go register. For our morning show guest, if y'all need a special link, let me know. Hit me up in my DMs and I'll send y'all a special link for y'all to attend because we love our family. But what'd you say?
Nah, Tulu said, Romeo, where you going? I'm going back to the coast, brother.
What's up, Tulu?
He said, Portia, you cute. Why you consistently stroking your man? I told y'all.
It's the light. It's the light, Tyrone. I be because I can't.
Right.
The light is reflecting. You got to make sure the light is right and it be reflecting off of your hair too.
Portia is flexing for somebody, Tiara. Ever since me and you know, ever since she went to that DMV, after that,
That's not the case. That's not the case.
Portia is flexing. I don't care what she say. She's flexing for somebody.
Let me finish telling y'all about our guests. Who we got coming up? So, of course, today is Wednesday, so we have Wellness Wednesday with the Go With The Flow ladies. So they'll be bringing a special guest as well. That's at 8:30. Who else we got, y'all? We have one of the guests from Peace and Purpose. His name is Marcus Johnson. He's actually going to give us a special performance. Marcus is also a wine owner. And he's going to come and talk to us a little bit about his wine and also a little bit about Peace and Purpose and his performance that he's going to do for us. We also have, I'm waiting on producer Ashley. Drop it in. We also have, no, go ahead, Romeo, because I can introduce. We got a whole bunch of guests.
Teru, you see that too? He said TR looking fresh. Bruh, they don't woke up this morning.
About the guest today. I put on makeup for one of my idols growing up.
Well, yes. So speaking of her idol, Kyla Pratt will be on the show at 9:30 today, y'all. Y'all know who Kyla Pratt is. What shows is she starring in, Tiara?
I grew up on One-on-One. I grew up on The Proud Family. It was a lot of different movies that she was a part of the cast for. She was on Love and Basketball. I mean, it's Kyla Pratt, y'all. And she has a Christmas movie premiering on Lifetime that we're excited to talk about today. So
absolutely.
My cheeks are doing this week.
And we just saw Kyla on Insecure. Y'all remember when she was with that bridal party that basically ghosted the lead character. What's the lead character? Issa. Issa. Yeah. So anyway, that was a funny episode. She's going to be coming on talking about her new movie with her co-star, Darnell Brooks. Is Brooks Darnell or Darnell Brooks? It's Darnell Brooks. Yes. Ladies, y'all want to come. It's Brooks Darnell. Right. Okay. So y'all want to make sure y'all come back. I'm just saying because he is very nice looking.
Oh, so that's the DMV for today, Romeo.
No.
We both dressed up for our reasons.
No. Don't do that. It's Brooks Darnell, yeah. Very handsome. So looking forward to that movie. It's actually gonna start on this Saturday. I think it's gonna premiere on Saturday.
Lifetime does a really good is it Lifetime?
It's Lifetime, but let me tell y'all something about Lifetime. Y'all gonna get stuck. Like if you sit on a Sunday morning, this was my little routine. I used to sit and, after my church on TV, I would turn to Lifetime because Joe Osteen came on Lifetime. Yes, I watched Joe Osteen. Anyway, after that, you sucked in for the day.
sad when you see a Lifetime movie for like the fourth time and you're still watching it through like it's the first time you've seen it, knowing you've seen it already.
Listen, I feel you. Like Lifetime is not the channel to just sit and have it on, because you're gonna wake up, you're gonna look up, it's gonna be 9 o'clock at night. You're like, where did time go? Every single movie is gonna get you like this. Come here. So they're coming on at 9:30. We also have a special Cream of Nature guest, founder and CEO of I Choose the Ladder. She's going to be Ladder, 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 not Ladder, but I Choose the Ladder. She's going to come on and talk to us about the hair and beauty stage that she's going to be a panelist on. And then we got one more guest. Who's the other guest? I said wellness ladies at 8:30, 8:45. Who's 8:45? Ashley.
We said Marcus Johnson.
Marcus Johnson he's with Flow Wines. He's actually going to be talking about his performance during Peace and Purpose. Watching is at 9. Kyla and Brooks is at 9:30. Ashley, we got another guest. Who is it, girl? Hold on, because I want to let y'all know who y'all can look forward to. Okay.
Roman, you gotta take care. I got you, Taru. Take the hat off, groom the bush, keep up with the co-host. Man, first of all, these ladies getting dressed up for somebody. I don't gotta get look. I'm cooling. DCL says Netflix. I don't do no Lifetime.
Listen, Lifetime will have you sucked in, y'all. Sucked in.
HBO has some good shows too recently. Like their catalog is doing it.
PR, you about to make me like you more. The Industry.
Which one? HBO? You know what, Romeo? The day that you told me about that, I actually turned it on and fell asleep. So I need to go ahead and get into it because I like series like that. Like I like series like that, especially dealing with Black characters. Like I'm really into my Black characters.
I watched season 4 of The Crown.
I didn't watch that yet. A lot of people are talking about it. I think I would want to see that.
In the British, the first, what are they called? The royal family, not the first family. The royal family over in England are very upset and want them to kind of blast the fact that it's a fictional show because they're trying to say that they're lying on the family by making it seem like this is the facts, when a lot of it is, people's truths.
Such is life. Yeah. Last guest for today is Lorraine Funderburg. She is actually an attorney, but she's going to be coming on talking to us about the cannabis industry. We had a couple of cannabis guests on yesterday, and they really enlightened us. I'm looking forward to that panel, y'all. I must say, I've never been a drug dealer before. like ever. But I am very interested in that $1 billion industry.
I'm on their ass. And nobody giving me a real answer portion.
You're right. Ask Lorraine today. Lorraine is an attorney, so she can tell you the legal answer. So that's all I'm saying.
TR, like, what's going on? No, see, I got a problem, TR, with you're here today. I have a problem with all these new cannabis companies but there's people still in jail. Like it's like a
restorative justice.
Right. It's like a new company goes up in Idaho, but 5 billion people get arrested in Jersey. What? I don't get it.
Well, they just legalized marijuana in Jersey.
They what?
What? First of all, me and Portia just found out that it's something that's legalized everywhere that nobody know about.
Hemp. She talking about hemp. I mean, he's talking about hemp. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hemp farms and hemp is legal everywhere. So
hemp is legal everywhere.
Yeah, let's get into these reports because we got a packed day, and if we don't get into them, we won't be able to get to them. So,
Ashley, allegedly, I'm not saying allegedly no more, Ashley.
It's more, 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 enunciate. No more. Go ahead, TR.
All right, so a topic that I obviously hate discussing, but
that was for his British fan.
I literally Googled best online life insurance. Ladder Life Insurance. Sorry.
All right, so the Justice Department is investigating a potential crime related to funneling money to the White House or related political committee in exchange for a presidential pardon.
He was over there doing pay for play, y'all.
So yeah, so the case is the latest legal twist in the waning days of
Allegedly.
administration. After several of his top advisors have been convicted of federal criminal charges, and as the possibilities rise of Trump giving pardons to those who've been loyal to him. Since he's been the president, he has granted 29 pardons and commuted 16 people's sentences during his presidency. Several of those people do include former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich, Bush-era advisor Scooter Libby, and his longtime Republican political advisor Roger Stone, who lied to Congress to protect Trump's efforts in 2016. So right now, it's a heavy investigation going on in the White House as to why there is money involved in a presidential pardon.
Can he go to jail for that? Somebody pin that in. Let's ask Lorraine when she comes on. I know she's going to be talking about cannabis, but put that on the board so we can ask Lorraine when she comes on. Or does his presidential immunity still apply?
Yes.
He can't pardon himself.
Well, he has presidential immunity. So
yeah.
I don't know.
By January, they could definitely.
He over there doing pay for play. Allegedly.
Yeah.
That's y'all's president.
Come on.
Y'all's. I'm trying to do my doggone watch party, y'all.
All right. So next up, a little lighter story. Still in politics though. Formerly incarcerated lawyer who inspired 4 Life series. This was a good show. It didn't get as much popularity as Powers, another show, 50 Cent, but it's still a pretty decent show. 4 Life is running for mayor of New York City. Isaac Wright Jr. He was sentenced to life in prison in 1991 under New Jersey's Kingpin laws. Has since got out, changed his life around. But during his imprisonment, he worked as a paralegal, helping inmates overturn their wrongful convictions before proving his own innocence, leading to his release from prison. And now he says that he's ready to become the mayor of the great city of New York. He says he's ready to address the racial, economic, environmental, and educational injustices that plague our city's institutions.
Kudos to him. I hope he wins. The only Black mayor of New York was David Dinkins, and he recently died. So if I was in New York, I would vote for him.
Yep. Well, while I say, excuse me, I'm looking for everybody back.
That was Issa, but yep.
Wale's song, right?
Issa said, I think Issa may have said it first. Who said it first? Issa said she was rooting for everybody. But she might have got it from Wale's song. I don't know. But Issa Rae said it on the red carpet. That's all. We ain't got nothing else to say about the mayor of New York. I'm over here sharing the show.
All right. And one more story about other Black people figuring things out and getting their coin. Rapper Travis Scott is on track to earn over $100 million this year from corporate partnerships. He earned $20 million for his McDonald's deal alone. So it's kind of an interesting thing. He's a 28-year-old rapper. This year he was a part of a lot of successful campaigns with companies including Nike, PlayStation, Epic, General Mills, and McDonald's. And from the corporate partnerships, he's expected to hit that $100 million mark. They said from his Nike deal alone, he brings in $10 million annually. And then Epic Games, which is the creator of Fortnite, he did a 9-minute virtual concert for the digital world of Fortnite, earned $20 million off that deal alone. So whoever is in his camp, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, good job on the Fortnite.
Isn't he dating? Who is he dating now? Before I even put it out there and be real wrong.
Mother of his child is Kylie Jenner.
Kylie Jenner is his mama, is his baby mama. But who is Rihanna dating now? Because they look alike.
A$AP Rocky.
Okay.
They look alike. Wow.
It might just be the hair.
It might be the hair. It's the hair and the skin tone.
Wow.
And the physique, like their body makeup is similar. Like
I'm saying, like, don't sit up here and act like I'm crazy because I said they look like.
So he got a female physique. That what you saying? He got a girl physique?
No, there's plenty of men who favor each other.
Nobody said anything about a feminine physique, Romeo. We just said they look alike.
You just said.
I didn't say that.
The skin tone, the body frame. That's not feminine.
Travis Scott and A$AP Rocky. Right. I'm with you. Travis Scott and A$AP Rocky. That is too different.
If you see them from afar, you'll be like, is that
okay, ladies. Y'all reread New Love.
No, that's like yesterday. I was looking at Essence Atkins, and I was like, she reminds me of Tia and Tamara in a way. You know?
Essence Atkins, Tia Tamara.
She reminds you of who?
Tia and Tamara.
Yeah, a little bit. She could be like their older sister.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Y'all are hilarious today. I love this.
Rihanna said, I'm gonna date who I want to date.
But Rihanna and A$AP Rocky have been rumored to be dating for a while now. They actually say that they have an on again and off again, but it might just be a little bit more public this time since she's broken up with her billionaire boo.
Y'all breaking up with y'all billionaire boo? Facebook, chime in.
Well, according to you, you are from yesterday.
No, I'm just saying, not my billionaire boo. Yeah, I'm not breaking up. Like, ain't no break up. Like, unless you Bezos and you giving me my half of the billions. You know what I'm saying?
We could divorce, but just break up. Yeah.
What are y'all? First of all, this is not going to be.
I'm not breaking up with my billionaire boyfriend.
It's not going to be no male. Both of y'all, we talked about it yesterday. Get into the bag. We're not going to have no male bashing on here about taking a man's money that he worked hard for. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Speaking of, we got to go back to who was that? The Chronic guy. What's his name? Dr. Dre. We got to go back to his stuff because he's in the news again, y'all. But anyway, he won't disclose how much money he got. Oh, it's in Romeo's report. Okay, go ahead.
Terrible.
All right, let's get into Black history and talk about the amazing Black women who have come before us and are here today now. Romeo's favorite topic. December 2nd, 1969, Marie V. Britton Brown patented the first national home security system that utilized television surveillance. So everybody's getting hyped off of the Ring doorbell and ADT systems and all that. That's cool and all, but just remember who put it all together in the first place was Miss Marie V. Britton.
Y'all trying to sit over there and frown at Biden for putting all them Black women in office. Stop it. Just saying. Since day one.
We've been doing it.
A Black woman did that. Interesting.
Black women probably did everything. We should get a shirt that said hashtag Black women do everything.
What if she like created the security system to like keep a watch on like her boo or husband was doing at the house and she was there?
That might have been the inspiration for her.
Go ahead and keep tabs.
We need to know what you over there doing. Stop playing. Don't play with me.
She was a nurse and her husband was actually an electrical technician. And in all seriousness, they lived in Queens, and the high crime rate made her get the idea that maybe we should have surveillance a part of the security system. And that's how she had the idea. And she made it happen.
I'm going back to the comment about breaking up with your billionaire boyfriend. D Shields is on Facebook talking about distant temporarily, but no breakup from the billionaire boo. I'm feeling you, girl. Like, no, go on and sit on that side of the house.
Lifelong.
I'm gonna be on this side. I'm not breaking up with my billionaire boo. Listen, no, I'm sorry, you can't go nowhere.
Yeah, listen to this morning.
You go ahead and date. We need a breakup. If a breakup baby pop up, that's fine, but we're not breaking up.
If a breakup baby pop up,
That's y'all know that they be using that line talking about it's a breakup baby. That's fine. Go on and date her over there, but we're not breaking up, boo. You can have her actually, but we still don't.
no comment. What's up, Linear White?
I'm just saying. Okay, y'all. Our guests here. We got birthdays before we bring the guests on, right?
December 2nd, Sagittarius season, right?
Don't play with it. Don't play.
Happy birthday to Tiara Marie, who turned 33 years old. Leslie Ann Brandt, 39. Alfred Enoch, 32. And Juice WRLD. R.I.P. to Juice WRLD. He was a talented young artist who was taken from us far too soon.
He was a baby. Leslie Ann Brandt. She stars in the Netflix series. What's the name of the series? We actually interviewed her on the Lineup. The name of that series is Lucifer. Yes, she's an excellent actress. She's from Africa, and she moved to New Zealand, and now she's in the United States. And she stars in Lucifer. She's the bad girl on Lucifer. So anyway, let's bring on our guest, y'all.
Surprise! She ain't taking billionaires too.
Wait a minute, we didn't do the birthday song, but the host is disabled participant Sharon.
We got balloons too.
Can I share yet? Okay, don't worry about it. We just gonna skip the doggone birthday song today.
Thank you, Shay.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
How's the weather up there?
It's cold.
They probably got about 20 inches of snow. Y'all got 20 inches. We got 2 inches.
There's zero snow. There's no snow. There's not a drop of snow, but it's cold. It
might well be snow.
What's cold for y'all? What's cold?
I think it's like 28, 30 today.
Okay.
That's how cold it got here. See, Portia?
Cold. It's a different though. Y'all in Atlanta or Detroit?
I'm in Detroit. They're in Atlanta.
Okay, so Atlanta cold is not Minnesota cold.
I'm not about to do that. Y'all not about to do that. Don't do that. First of all, we got real cold weather. Nobody got that play stuff that y'all talking about. We go from 70 to 20 in a day.
I've been there. I was there last January. It is not cold like that. It is not.
What side of town you on? You was on the wrong side of town.
I was in the Atlanta side.
She was in College Park. College. I'm like, it's college. No, it's college. It's college.
You know what?
College Park.
This Detroit minute, we're not gonna do this. Larry, I need you to come on here and help me because
hey Dawn. Hey girl, hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I love that lipstick, Portia. I love it.
Thank you. I said yesterday, as soon as I come out with mine, I'm gonna let y'all know the brand.
Okay.
Is that a matte? That's matte.
Yes, it is. It's actually a liquid to matte. So I'm
Larry, please help me.
Yes, sir.
We was just doing girl talk a little bit. Sorry, Larry. Good morning.
Larry, I'm up here.
Larry, please help me.
I'm up here listening to lipstick color, Larry. Help me. Help me.
I know I was about to go dark again.
Oh Lord.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
Coach Larry. Good morning, Coach Larry McKenzie.
Yes. Good morning.
Who introducing our guest, y'all?
I'll go right.
I'm sorry. My screen froze.
That's okay.
Go ahead, Don. This is your John Maxwell colleague.
Yes, John Maxwell colleague.
Yes. Well, he is a certified trainer, speaker, coach, author, the most winningest coach in the state of Minnesota, possibly the nation.
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet, but hey, you still got time, my brother. Okay.
Yes.
You still got time. You're not done with this dope journey yet. He is the master of just the youth in Minnesota and getting them motivated and keeping them encouraged through this very troubling time of the pandemic. And we just wanted to bring him on to lift us up and talk about what he is doing here in Minnesota with the Black youth and how he is able to transform their mindset and keep them engaged, not only in athletics, but in education with distance learning. I mean, Coach McKenzie is an educator as well. And he is, I mean, he is all everything in regards to getting these kids, you know, staying engaged. So please tell us more about how you do what you do, Coach.
I love it.
Well, you know, first of all, I mean, I really honestly always just see myself as a vessel, right? In terms of being used by the God, the man above. And so with that approach in terms of doing the work, you know, I always say that if God's in it, you know, you can't help but win it, right? And so that's a big piece of it. But going back to what you just said, I'm a believer that, you know, and I tell kids when I walk in the room that if I could change your mind, I could change your life. And so a lot of it is about the ability to think. And I always say, like, this is the greatest computer that's ever been invented. And the maker of this computer is a perfectionist, right? So obviously there's nothing, regardless of race, color, creed, gender, there's nothing wrong with the hardware. The challenge is in the software and what goes in. And so we have to just always be a reminder to kids. I mean, you know, we all know bad data in, bad data out. So we have to be careful about what we put in. And particularly in challenging times like this, right? It's all about really staying focused, understanding. And the beautiful thing about this, I say this, I'm hope there should be nobody, and I know that there will be, but anybody since March of last year up until the time when this thing is lifted, nobody should walk out of this the same. I always say, I mean, even while this has been challenging, you know, I just feel like God gave us a long time out. And this has been an opportunity to regroup, refresh, do some of those things like you know, if you were gonna write a book, well, you've had time to do that. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to write a movie, you've had time to do that. You wanted to put together a business plan, you've had time to do that. So no matter where you are and what you're doing in life, I mean, this has been a long time out because besides being on Zoom for a few hours a day, you've got time, right? There's not a lot of places we can go, not a lot of things that we can do. So it's all about the mindset, Don, and that's what I try to help our young men with, right? I always tell them that, you know, basketball is a microcosm of life. It's a short period, right? And so really it's about using this time to set yourself up for the long haul. And so it's about just creating that positive mindset. And I have to tell you, I mean, one of the things that I believe in, and we go through this often, every single day. I mean, before I came down to jump on with you, you know, I have this thing I call my attitude adjuster because it's all about your attitude. So every morning I start my day with my creed. And it's what I share with my kids, that this is the beginning of a new day. God has given me, Larry McKenzie, this day to use as I will. I can waste it or I can use it for good. For what I do today is important. I'm exchanging a day of my life for it. I, Larry McKenzie, nobody else, must decide good or bad, gain or loss, success or failure, in order that I never regret the price that I paid for it. And we paid a price, all of us, over the last few months, right, of being locked down and locked in. And so you don't want to walk out of the house after this is all over and regret all not doing what you could have done with all of the time that we've had. So it's all about your attitude. You know, it's one of those things that people say, but it's real. Your attitude determines your altitude. What's here, what you put in here, it is what controls, I mean, everything. So it's a mindset of what we try to do. We try to change the young men that we work with. We try, and the young ladies that we get involved with. We try to change their way of thinking, so that they're in control. Nobody else, right? That you're determining that your destination. You're writing your story. Nobody else.
Right.
So long answer.
I love it. I love it. You told it all. I have a quick question, Coach. In your opinion, how are young Black athletes dealing with training during COVID? I saw you had a Zoom call of basketball training the other day.
Yeah, so again, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, one of the things that we have to get to, we all know. First of all, if you look like us, there will always be limitations on your life. So you got to be, you know, and I tell people it's funny because now, and I was just reading an article Sunday in the New York Times about like how athletics or being an athlete have really helped a lot of people cope with this, because you have to be able to adjust at the moment. And Don, you know, as a former running, I mean, sometimes there's a little bit more wind than you might have anticipated. You got to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, there might be something on the track or whatever, but you got to be able to make those adjustments. So what we've done is we've given our young men things that they can do at home, right? You can use your stairs, and everybody has a staircase. Yes. To do some toe raises, right? You can get a broom and still begin to, you know, doing some what do you call it?
Shoulder presses.
Yeah, you know, just but those kind of things, push-ups, sit-ups, running in place. And if you live in a building that do have a workout room, those kind of things. So, you know, there's still no excuses not to be in shape, not to get stronger, not to do those things. I mean, you can take a kitchen a chair and do and do lunges and do. I mean, there's all kind of things. So all we're doing is trying to help them use what they have, right? So that when the time comes, when all of this is lifted and we can get in the gym, that you're prepared. And so we do that. You know, I mean, we've been, as you saw, every night, 7 o'clock, 7 to 8, we have a virtual practice, right? And we're talking about, you know, terminology. We're talking about plays. We're talking about things that you can do at home. Because again, I always tell them anyway, I mean, 90% of the game really is the mental part, right? And I just shared with my athletes last night, most guys that don't make it at the higher level, it's not because they can't run the route or put the ball in the basket. It's because they don't understand. They don't understand the playbook, right? The mental part and those kind of things. And so that's what separate, you know, and I always talk about, Don, as we talk about John Maxwell, you know, it's all about going from average to good and good to great, right? And I don't care what anybody says. It's the little things. It's the real little things that are the separators.
Is it okay to be? I heard what you said earlier about the best time to find yourself. Now I'm gonna say this. It's just me. Okay. Is it okay to be selfish? Right? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. During this whole pandemic, I've been selfish, and I mean selfish to the point where if it doesn't have anything particularly to do with me or the inner circle of my family, I can honestly care less, and not care with empathy towards somebody else's hurt, anger, or what they got going on. But my reset was I have to better myself to benefit myself so that I can benefit for others around me. I can't keep playing, hey, buddy, but like, you know, back in the regular world, we could be, hey, man, good to see you, great to see you. I don't even got time for that. So for young men or for the guys that you give knowledge to, is it okay to be selfish? In order for you to reset, is it okay for you to be selfish and not be concerned about others around you?
You know what? So I think you answered your own question in a lot of ways. You have to be. And one of the things that I when you when you're talking about being selfish, I agree with you. You know, on my own personal journey, one of the things, if it has to start with yourself, right? And to me, to be honest with you, and I'll just say this, given this opportunity, I mean, part of the problem that we have in our community, man, is that we have, because people haven't been selfish, and when I'm talking about selfish, taking care of you first, we've got a lot of unhealthy leaders in our community, right? And I'm just being real, like, you know what I'm saying? And like, how can, you know what I'm saying? I mean, do you want a doctor to walk into the room and do surgery on you that's not his or her best self? You know what I'm saying? Right.
No.
And so it starts with being, I mean, to me, to be success start with being selfish, right? How can I go? How can I go and influence and bring 100% every day to the young men who I've been entrusted with to make a difference in their life if I'm not my best self, right? Otherwise, to what you're saying, we're just playing games, man. And that's what the problem is with our leadership in the community. You're trying to cover up your pain, right? And all that other stuff because you unhealthy.
Preach today, coach.
You have not taken care, because you have not started with yourself. So absolutely, you got to be self. I mean, and I'm just saying, if you play point guard, if you don't take time to be selfishly work on your skills, right? Somewhere down the line, you're gonna lose those opportunities. So it starts with self, right? And so I will tell you, in my journey, I have learned to be very selfish. Sometimes to say no, but because in me being selfish, right? Now I can go and transform lives because when I walk out the door, when I'm on that court, I know I'm my best self. I'm giving you all that I got, right? Because I started with me.
Yes. And you know what? And you know what? I really dislike the word selfish. I mean, it really does. I don't know who made that a negative.
Right.
Okay. I think, again, everything starts with you being great and hope and healing and being able to show up as you. How can we change lives? How can we be transformational leaders if we're not showing up as dope in all of that? Don't nobody want to follow somebody who's lame and don't have their ish together. Nobody.
What do we say, Don? You got to heal from the inside out. You got to work on you first before you can be great for anyone else.
Got to start with you. You got to start with you. And I just think it's part of that. You know, again, the love and unconditional love to start with you and the people that are around you. Right.
You're both right, but Shay and Don got a hard point. That point is what we do to each other. As soon as Romeo takes 3 steps up, oh man, he don't F with us no more. He bougie. He doing this. Like we actually put tags on Black men and women who are actually taking the necessary steps that they need to get to a certain point. But we put our hate and our fears on them. Well, they left me behind. Well, they did this. Well, first of all, I didn't know I was supposed to carry you, and you. I didn't know that part. So I've noticed that, like during this time, and you even notice it with Kamala Harris. It couldn't be just, oh, we have a Black woman that's vice president. No, it had to be, oh, we got a Black woman that's vice president. You know, she went to this school and did this and did that. Well, damn, if we was going to do a history check, we need to do a history check for everybody.
But you know what, Romeo? So I'll say this, man. And I guess for me, I one of the things about being a coach, when every time I step out on the floor, I got 500,000 sometimes 10,000 critics, everybody who knows what I should be doing and how I should be doing. And so I've learned you cannot listen to the noise. I mean, and one of the stories that I always tell my kids is this, man. One thing about being successful and being on a journey, you have to learn to stay laser focus. And I always tell the story about the group of guys that was on the boat, right? And they got out in the middle of the lake, and the man said, "Hey, get out the boat, come over here and walk," right? And when he began to do something that was supposed to be impossible, even the believers began to chatter, right? The non-said. And so when you start to listen, when you start to listen to the crowd, right, and lose focus, you begin to sink. It's biblical, right? You begin to sink. So you got to stay laser focused, man, and let the chatter be the chatter, right? And I told a friend of mine last night, man, I'm just a firm believer, man. When the train start rolling down the track, you got two options. You can get on or get hit, but the train gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not worried about all the people standing on the sideline waving and what their opinions are. Because if they knew how to do it, they would be doing it. So so we gotta understand, man, that again, a lot of this is about the mindset. And you cannot listen to the noise. You know what I'm saying? And there are people out there. There are people out there that's gonna do that. And there's so many young people, old people, right, that don't get to their destination. Why? Not because they didn't have the ability, but because they listened to the noise. Kamala Harris, excuse my language, didn't give a damn about what those people said about her. She was on her journey. She was on her journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing because Romeo don't like it.
Right. You wouldn't be doing anything if you listen to everybody, because people don't like nothing you do.
People don't like nothing.
Sometimes they don't like nothing you do.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, man, sometimes it starts with your family. Growing up, I grew up in Miami, Dangerous Stop Project, right? There were people in the project, people in my family that said, why you doing what you do? Nobody from here never go anywhere, no play. You ain't got no chance, right? And some of the people was there until they tore down the projects because they believed it.
Oh man, Coach, I'm gonna tell you right now, I just stole that phrase to put it on Twitter. I just want to let you know.
He said, "Get on or get hit."
Hey, Coach, some of the noise that you hear most often is from parents.
Yes.
Right? From the parents of the kids that you coach. Because of course, every parent, is a better coach than every coach. Every parent can coach their kid better than anybody, right? So what advice can you give, these parents who are, trying to coach their kids? Because I'm a coach, I'm a track coach, but to get the best out of my kids, they need somebody else's, voice in their heads, not mine. I'm muted. So
we're asking as parents too, because we're struggling with our teenagers in the house.
So one of the things is, I mean, and Don just said it. I mean, even as a coach, I think first and foremost, I tell the parents, if you send your kid to me, then you need to trust me. This is about trust. And then I mean, so when I have my parent meeting, one of the first things that I tell them is this: that I'm a parent. I've raised two what I consider very successful kids. Right, both have college degrees, all of that kind of stuff. Both of my kids play Division I basketball, and so I say this. So I'm not gonna. I think I've done a good job as a parent. But I have some things that I can share with you about your son and give you some advice. But here's where we are. I won't tell you how to raise your son if you don't tell me how to run my basketball program. We'll get along just fine.
Check, please. Pick it up.
And so usually they kind of get that message. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got some ideas about parenting. You know what I'm saying? So if you come in and you want to talk basketball and talk about what I should be doing, then I'm going to give you some tips on what you should be doing.
How does that work out with the parents, Coach McKenzie?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I hear a lot of the stories about that. I've been blessed to have great relationship. And one of the unique things about me is I have so many kids. To be honest with you, and we've been doing some research. About 90% of the kids that play for me and 90% of the kids that have played for me, I am their father. There's not another man in their life. And so for the most part, because of the track record, I honestly tell you that there are a lot of, I would say, mothers who say, and I tell young coaches that happen, when you got other kids at the house, they bring their 13, 14-year-old to me, and basically they say, Coach, he's yours. And I have him for the next 4 or 5 years, and, that kind of stuff. And so I don't have a lot of challenges. I mean, I've been blessed in that regard of parents, but we've proven over time, you know what I'm saying? And I tell everybody, one of the things is I firmly believe in the things that I do and how I do it. So, we have a recipe that works, right? And you don't go into Kentucky Fried Chicken and tell them they need a little bit more salt or pepper on this or that. So if your son come and do everything that I asked them to do, then I guarantee that they'll go to college. And I can't say Division 1, Division 2, Division 16, but they'll go to school, right? Because of the things that we've done. And in 23 years, 100% graduation, 100% 2-year or 4-year school. You know what I'm saying? So we know it works. We know it works. So again, it goes back to Chad, what you said. So trust me. You know what I'm saying? If you brought him here, trust me, right? Trust me and hold me accountable, right? But if he does everything that all of these other kids have done, and I know where they've landed, you know what I'm saying? The recipe worked. I mean, when you come in to the chicken tastes the same every single time.
Wow.
That's another, hey, Romeo, that's another tweet. The chicken.
There you go. The chicken tastes the same every single time. Coach, I have another question for you. You wrote a book called Basketball Much More Than a Game. How are you implementing that into the upcoming year for your programming? Like, how are you telling kids that this basketball is much more than a game? Because right now they can't play, right? So what are you doing to set yourself up for success for 2021?
So I tell my kids, and that's a great question. One of the things I want my kids to know, basketball is what you do, is not who you are. It's what you do, is not who you are. It's a piece in the journey, right? And so the book is not about basketball. It's about life lessons. So, my quick commercial, the B is, I talk about that it is a business, right? Nike stock is almost $200, right? Everybody, they control, for the most part, the game of basketball, right? You run out when you don't buy no school clothes, you go get you some Jordans. You know what I'm saying? So it's a business. The A is something that we just talked about. The appreciate, gratitude. I often tell people I spent a lot of time with my dad as I got older. And if there's one thing that I really regret, to be honest with you, is that I didn't tell him thank you more, because I didn't realize the sacrifices that he made for me to be who I am and what I am today. And I tell my kids, I mean, every time they went to a tournament, basketball tournament, track, or whatever, I didn't get a pair of shoes. I didn't buy a shirt. I didn't buy a suit. So we need to appreciate the people in our lives, right? The S is about being a student athlete. There's no silver bullet, but I do know this. I tell my kids, it's not how many points you score, how high you jump, right? You have to be a student athlete, not an athlete student, because the separator is called GPA, SAT, ACT. That's the most important stat that you have, right? The K, knowledge of the game. Knowledge is power. People get paid for knowledge, right? So that's extremely important. So you want to, and I tell people all the time. I mean, part of when Don talked, we made a significant investment in going through the John Maxwell program because we wanted to be better, right? And so if you want to be the best, then you got to go learn from the best. Knowledge is power. E is about E is about enjoying the moment. And I always tell my kids, and this is the big part, right? Don't be in a hurry to become grown. Don't be in a
Woo.
hurry to become
Say
grown.
that again. Say that again,
And I
Coach, for
say that.
those in the
Don't
back.
be in a hurry to become grown, because what happens when you become grown, all of a sudden you go to the mailbox and you got some envelopes with your name on it from other people. And guess what? They want money, right? And right now, when you 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old, you got a chef, you got a personal chef, you got a free rent, you got free cable, all of that kind of stuff. This is the best time of your life, so you better enjoy the moment. The T is about being teachable, right? And I believe this: every winner needs a coach. Every winner
Yes.
needs a coach. Everybody needs a mentor. Somebody who will tell you the truth. And here's another one. People that want to be your friend tell you the things that they think you want to hear. Your real friends will tell you the truth, and the truth will hurt sometimes. You need to be teachable slash coachable, right?
Yes.
The B is learning to believe in yourself. Learning to believe in yourself. And I always ask, and I would just say, Romeo, who's your biggest cheerleader?
Oh, Don and Shay. Oh, my fault. I'm sorry.
We are too.
No, but I'm saying, so what I tell my kids is, you have to be your biggest cheerleader, because when you learn to believe in you, everybody else will learn to believe in you, right? So if you come out the game and you tell me I can't throw the ball in the ocean today, then you gonna sit there, because if you don't believe you can throw the ball in the ocean, why should I believe you can throw the ball in the ocean? So you have to learn to be your biggest cheerleader, right? Right?
Yes.
The A goes back to your attitude determines your altitude. That is the creed. And then live to love, right? All of us have a responsibility to make this earth a better place than we found it. And then love to live. And that is what y'all do all the time, Chaz and Don. It's about making helping people make the right choices, putting the right things in your body, taking care of yourself, all of those kind of things. And so that is basketball, and that's why it's much more than a game.
Woo!
Well, I feel my cup has run over. I feel filled. Coach McKenzie, my name's pronounced Shay, though, just so you know.
Okay.
Yep, the Z is silent. It's good.
Right.
But this was awesome. Don't you guys think?
I'm
this was amazing.
Boy, I'm a Southern boy that went to a public school. So.
My mom and daddy put a Z in the name. It's okay. It's okay. But, Don and I are so grateful that you came on with us, Coach. You are amazing. Everyone run and get his book. I'm reading your book today. I want to read that.
We got the second edition coming out in January.
Okay, well, I'm going to get it for my son and I, because you have amazing insight on how to live life and how to be coachable. That's the main thing. I know Don and I talk about that, what you said. People need to be able to be coachable. You need to be able to learn from other people and their lessons. Thank you so much for joining us on Rolling Out Live AM show and joining us with Let Go, Let Flow. I'm Shay. That's Don. As always, inhale the positive, exhale the negative, and have a blessed Wednesday, everyone.
Be well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. Be well. Bye, Romeo.
Hey, bye, Romeo.
I got like 3 quotes. I'm good. Got like 3 quotes.
Bye, Portia.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Coach. Those were some very great tips. We appreciate them.
Yes.
Live, love to live. These shields.
The chicken always tastes the same. That's what you need to remember.
It depends on who cooking the chicken. And
Lord.
Popeyes KFC.
You know what? I can't.
Y'all, this light is shining in. Y'all see this light shining in?
I see the glow.
You see that glow. Good morning, watching. Yanu, how are you? Good morning.
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming. So you are definitely going to be participating in Peace and Purpose that's happening this weekend. But just a little bit about yourself. You are the founder and CEO of I Choose the Ladder, and a senior vice president of marketing and partnerships from Chicago Sky. Welcome to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. Please just say hi to our family online and all of that good stuff.
Hey, y'all. The fact that I have this much energy this early in the morning lets y'all know how important I think this is. So thank y'all for having me. And also thank you to Rolling Out for having the foresight to know that like we need this right now with everything that people have been dealing with in 2020 to end the year with something that's around, focus, peace, purpose, and just making sure that we are centered going into this new year, whatever it brings. Like I'm here for all of it. All of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, girl. Yes. I love it, love it, love it. So tell us about yourself first before we get into this panel discussion that you guys are going to take part in on Saturday, rocking my bold hair. But tell us about I Choose the Ladder. Tell us about yourself, all of that great stuff.
Sure. So again, my name is Wacha Nyanu. I'm originally from Liberia, raised in Chicago. And as you mentioned, I run a career development agency called I Choose the Ladder, which is specifically for Black women, ambitious Black women on the corporate climb. So Black women who feel like they want to make their mark in corporate, but have identified some gaps that they may need to fill that corporate just does not provide the development for. So they come to us and say, hey, listen, as a Black woman, here are the specific challenges that I'm facing in trying to, achieve career goals. And how can you help us develop that? And then we also work with corporations who understand that they need to keep Black women employed in their companies, but don't necessarily know how to reach them. So we develop programming specifically for them as well.
Listen, that is so necessary. And I wish that your organization was around when I was in corporate America because it was just a voided space. We didn't have anyone to go to. We didn't have resources to turn to. We didn't have a support group outside of the African American ERGs, right? But we didn't have something that was for us. So thank you so much for creating this organization and being a resource to Black women out there who need it.
Yeah. And so that story is so many. And I say, like, for me, my goal is not to say that Black women need to stay in corporate. What I am saying, though, is if we are leaving, it's because we want to leave, not because we feel like there's not a place for us. But also, corporate takes a lot from us. So when you are leaving, make sure that you're leaving with as much or more than you gave, right? Because it's blood, it's sweat, it's tears, it's anxiety, it's stress, it's having to straighten your hair all the time, it's not wearing your hair, it's not doing this, not doing that. And your title and your salary are borrowed. At any point in time, they could take it away. So what are you doing to make sure that when you leave, you are leaving with stuff that you can use wherever you choose to go?
Absolutely. That part, watching. How do people find out about your organization? Like, where do they tap in?
Sure. So on Instagram is where we are most of the time. So at I Choose the Ladder, or you can find us on Facebook at I Choose the Ladder. And I'm pretty active on Instagram, kind of sort. I'm trying to be a little bit like an
kind of sort of.
A little, trying to get a little influence in my blood.
Yes, girl. Listen, I understand.
It's a lot, and especially with this pandemic and all the things that are happening and trying to balance it, which is why I'm really excited that Cream of Nature decided to host this panel and this stage that we're on, but also that Rolling Out decided that this was a priority for this year.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's get into Peace and Purpose this weekend, December 4th through the 6th. You are going to be on the panel discussion sponsored by Cream of Nature. Your topic is rocking my bold hair. What can we expect from that panel?
You can expect a lot of honesty about, hair. I think hair with Black women specifically is something that we talk about. We struggle with all the time. I think that the fact that a beauty brand like Cream of Nature that's been around for 40 years, it's like, yes, this conversation, even 40 years later, after we started, this is still relevant and people are still dealing with this, lets you know how important it is. But the panel is going to be amazing. We have Angela Beasley, who's the merchandising director at Walmart. We have Danielle Young, who is a TV host. And then we have Lena Pringle, who's also a TV host. And so we're going to talk about in the corporate spaces, how we have decided to boldly come in, right? Like I have tailbone length braids.
Bone length braids. Yes.
And I want somebody to say something about it too. I'm waiting for somebody to those braids are a little long. I'm be like, listen, right?
Listen.
And you can expect like honest around how we came to this place. Because while I'm talking crazy right now, I wasn't like this 15 years ago, right? I was the person who was feeling really insecure about going with natural hair with braids and so you'll get, some humor, but you'll get some tangible things around how do you build yourself up to get the receipts to be able to show up in the way that you want to, regardless of what your hair looks like.
Yeah. Tiara.
Yeah, that is so true. And I think that right now is a perfect time for conversations like this to be happening, because with this year and everything that's happened on top of the pandemic was a heightened sense of awareness of what it's like to be a Black woman in America. So the fact that we're able to have these conversations and know that these corporations have to listen to us at this point is amazing. So I just say shout out to you for the work that you're doing and that light, because this year, amongst a lot of other years in the past, but this year specifically, a light has been shined on the importance of what you're doing.
And I think that Black people are just like, we're tired, right? You can only be somebody else or try to be somebody else for a period of time before you're like, listen, trying to do that and also be excellent at work, because we know that we don't have the luxury of being mediocre and still being promoted, right? Like, so trying to be excellent, plus also trying to do all these other things. I think with the pandemic, with all of with the murders and all of that, at this point in this year, people are like, listen, you're going to get me because that's all I have to give. And that's going to have to be enough. Yeah. So I think that, like, for corporations, for a lot of them, unfortunately, this is the first time any of these issues have come to their awareness. And so they are trying to figure out how to navigate these spaces. But I think for us, like, we have decided that enough is enough, and it's just going to have to be good enough.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm going back to my corporate days. Memories are flooding my head, right? And I can distinctly remember 2 times wearing braids during my whole tenure at my corporate company, and wearing them distinctively, and wearing them on a Friday because I was going out of town on Saturday. So I only had to be in the office one day with my braids in, that type of thing. And I was going out of town to the ocean somewhere and I needed some braids. But I remember that being a real thing for me, that you couldn't wear braids at work because you just couldn't. It wasn't accepted.
And every Black woman listening knows that struggle. Like, as you said, we all have like the same trauma class, like the decision of like, dang, do I really want to deal with this today? Like, listen, do I have vacation? Like, what am I going to do?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm excited about that panel discussion. I know you, like you said, you guys are going to bring the humor, but you're going to bring the real too. And, open the doors for some of the people that are still in that corporate environment. And another thing for me, I remember being in corporate, I had to develop what I call my comebacks, right? Because when I wasn't prepared and I wasn't anticipating what they were going to say about my hair and or my clothes, but mainly my hair, I just felt bad. But when I equipped myself with what I needed to say or what I wanted to say as a politically correct comeback, then I was okay. But before then, I just wasn't. So hopefully we'll get some of that great information during your panel session as well.
You will. And I think that one of the things that I want to empower us to know is that you do not have to engage, right? Like, sometimes people are like, oh, it's a curiosity thing. It's a compliment. If you don't want to be a part of the hair conversation at work, there is nothing in your work contract that says that you have to be an educator of Black hair. And for us, we change our hair all the time. And that's one of, I think, the Black girl magic parts of, being able to change my hair. My hair probably won't look like this on Saturday. I'm still thinking about it. But you don't have to entertain the conversation.
Yeah.
Finding the language to be able to pivot out of that is like, I think what you were getting to, like, okay, I don't want to talk about this, so let's move to something else. You can't say it in that way. But you absolutely don't have to do and how long did it take in the braid chair? And oh my God, where'd you get that? And all of the questions
and like you're the spokesperson for Black women.
Exactly.
And you're like, no, like, this is just, people have different experiences with hair. And the thing that I tell people all the time is, if we as Black people told white people in corporate that the only way to be professional is if they could get their hair to look the way that our hair naturally grows out of our heads, they would think we were crazy. But that's the message that Black women have been getting for centuries, is that the only way to be professional is to look the way that, to have your hair look the way that a white woman's hair looks coming out of her head. That's wild to me, right? Like, that is absolutely, I reject that narrative. I reject it. But as we think about hair and how important it is to us as Black women, like, if my hair's not right, this whole day is going to be jacked. Like,
just jacked. Jacked.
And so just imagine people, us in corporate, with hair that we're not comfortable with, appearing in ways that we may not want to, like, how that impacts our esteem, but also our work and the product that we put out. And so we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Like, how do we how do we make sure that the confidence that we need in order to be able to excel in spaces that were not created for us, that we actually do those things and get that.
Yes, absolutely. So let's talk about some other things that you guys do with I Choose the Ladder. What other type of resources do you provide for women specifically? Like what can they look forward to if they go to ichoosetheladder.com? I'm just saying I'm not exactly sure what the website is. You could
it is ichoosetheladder.com.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead.
So there are a couple of things. So one, we have an accountability group that's launching on Friday. So if you want to have an opportunity to be a part of that, like you find out that if you are part of a group, right, you are 95% more likely to accomplish the goal that you set, because you don't want to disappoint other people. So you're going to hold yourself to your word. We don't mind disappointing ourselves, right? We'll say, oh, I'm going to work out this week, and then nobody else knows. And so we
sit in the bed and watch the whole entire workout video
listen
on the couch.
Eating while it's going on, like
Eating.
That's a lot of sweat.
That's a lie. How she do that again? Rewind. One more time. Rewind.
Like, girl, no.
That's a lot.
I'm not going to be able. I'm just not going to be able, right? So there's an accountability.
How they did that straight through.
Like, is she tired? Because I am. Like, what?
What? And just thinking about it.
So there's the accountability group, which is monthly. It's mostly like, so I know you all have a diverse listener base or viewer base. It's going to be mostly ambitious Black women. So if you are not comfortable learning in and learning from other Black women, this is probably not the space. But if you are a Black woman who's like, I got some ambitious goals for 2021, I want the support of a community, definitely this is for you. Follow us on Instagram because the announcement will happen on Friday. But every month we have a different career intensive. Focus on a very specific skill set that Black women have said that they've struggled in. So for example, in January, we're doing a class called Career Vision. Like, what is your career vision for the year? And then how do we help you get some strategy behind that so that you can like hit the ground running and do all those things? So every month there's a different career intensive. And then we have 2 large events each year. One is the Climb. So it's a career summit focused on soft skills. Because if you've gone to college, even if you haven't gone to college, you have the technical ability for most of these jobs. But so that's not what's keeping us back from promotions, right? It's understanding the unwritten rules of corporate that nobody thought to tell us, right? Like, how do we understand those things so that we can go as high as we want to within the corporate sector? And then we do a career chat on Wednesdays. That's free on Instagram. Today, we're talking about white allies and race talk in the workplace. And we have
important.
We have a doctor who's coming to talk about it because she works like a lot with white women and like having them understand what allyship looks like. And I work with Black women, so having that conversation together, I think will be pretty interesting.
That's definitely important. I didn't get my white allies until later in my corporate career.
And the thing is, with everything that's happening this year in the election, if we're being honest, there's a lot of distrust between Black women and white women at work, right? Because we say something and then you look at the voting numbers, and so people who have managers who are not Black and things like that, like there are conversations that need to be had, but we just don't necessarily have. Some of us don't have the desire to have them, but we don't necessarily have the spaces or the language to be able to have them in a productive way that doesn't turn into somebody cussing somebody mama out, right? And like we had it work. If somebody say the wrong thing on the wrong day.
Listen, it happens. Like you might as well just wear a sign over your head that says today is not the day, because if you possibly say the wrong
tomorrow
thing.
might not be either, Shawty. Like, if you're being honest, like this might not be the week. It's like when things happen too, I think there's a desire to talk about them immediately. And for other people, like this is the first time. For Black people, like this is trauma we've been processing for years and years and years. And so we just may not be at the place where we want to talk about it.
And we live in it. You know, that's what when people say, well, what does privilege look like? Privilege is the ability to not have to feel how we feel or see ourselves in a Breonna Taylor and have those different types of feelings. They kind of have an approach to it like, oh, I can support this and what's going on, but that's not their lived experience. So I think getting them to understand that we have to show up into these environments, into corporate spaces, but this is in our heads, in our minds, and it's not something that's distant from us, it's a part of us. I think with that level of understanding, that's how we can relieve some of this tension.
And I think like people are always asking, like, why does corporate moves so slow as it pertains to like diversity and inclusion and like promotions. And I always say like it's diversity and inclusion and understanding it is not like a data thing. It's not a head thing. It's a heart thing, right? Because we have all the data that says it is better for your business to have diverse thought leadership, to have diverse people in leadership positions. So that's not it, right? And corporate says that they love data. What it is that people who make decisions don't know Black people in real life. Right? When they go home on Friday nights and they need a drink or they whatever, they're not calling anybody who looks like them. So our lived experiences, they have no access to. And most of the Black people they know are subordinates in the workspace, right? So there's not the power distribution doesn't allow for them to actually understand that like, we don't take this off when we come to work, right? That could very well be somebody's brother. It could be a cousin. It could be whoever, but they don't understand that necessarily because they don't know us in real life. I don't know how else to say, like, they just don't have a relationship with us in real life. And so until that happens, we're going to keep having slow progression in corporate because you can't intellectualize your way out of racism. Like, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Listen, I'm excited about this conversation. I can't wait until Saturday to join. I will definitely be on and I'll learn some new tricks, I'm sure. I'm just not in that corporate environment anymore, which I'm happy about. But because it was stressful, girl. It was stressful, you know. But we'll learn a lot from you on Saturday. Your co-host, your moderator, Danielle Young, Lena Pringle, and who's the other panelist did you guys have?
Beasley.
Angel, correct. Angel Beasley as well. So looking forward to it. Can't wait. You dropped some jewels today. It was definitely a pleasure having you on. And I'm going to your website and your Instagram, and I'm going to follow. So
thank you so much. Appreciate it. And y'all have a beautiful rest of your day.
You do the same. And thank you for bringing that energy, girl.
Yes.
It was needed. Okay, see you Saturday. Have a great day.
Right.
Okay, bye-bye.
That's great.
Yes, that is great. I needed her resources when I was in corporate. I needed somebody to talk to. I just didn't give a damn after a while because I was a, single mom. I had 2 kids. I had to do what I had to do. If they were sick, I had to leave. Like, it wasn't well, you can't leave. I'm like, girl, just do what you got to do because I got to go. Like, I don't have anybody here to help me. My family is in California.
What it's like to be a Black woman.
Yeah. And what she said was so true. Like, these people that are in these leadership positions, these managerial and supervisory positions, they don't have Black friends. Like, you can't have Black friends.
Just because you hire that one, this is the chief of diversity and inclusion, that does not fundamentally fix the breakdown of the corporate environment just because you have that token Black person smiling in a picture in that role.
Yeah. Y'all, the sunlight was hitting real right and then it just got real bright. It's passing now, so it ain't nothing I could do with the light shining in. So we just gonna wait for the sun to pass. It's rising. While we doing that, let's get into the social report. We waiting on our next guest. But Kyla Pratt and her co-host will be here at 9:30. Brooks Darnell. Oh, wait a minute. He's here. Sorry, Romeo.
That's
we
fine.
did.
I'm glad that he's here.
Yeah, but I do want to get into your social report because you have something that I want to talk about with Dr. Dre over there hiding his money, trying not to give his ex-wife or his soon-to-be ex-wife what she's owed, what she deserves.
They do all of this and get back together.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Marcus.
Hey, I was getting connected on that last little comment you made, Portia. I hear you, girl.
Marcus, brother, don't do it, man. I'm by myself.
Listen, she deserves that little money you guys are dropping the bucket. Give it to her. Stop playing with her. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you.
Listen. So Marcus Johnson, go ahead, Romeo. No.
No woman deserves $2 million a month. Marcus, I don't do it.
Romeo, he don't have enough experience to know, Marcus.
He don't know.
You might have to school him on another session.
I tell you like this, it goes into the equation, right? And even if you go back to the movie and their story and it's not a matter of $2 million a month. That's almost like saying athletes don't deserve hundreds of millions of dollars and contracts, but it's a percentage of what you've done. And when you've been by somebody's side, and honestly, the most important thing that you'll ever have in your life is your life partner, to help you. And then people discount that so much. And I think it's on both sides. I think there are men that are devalued or undervalued in what they do, and women as well. But when you're there, when you're helping raise kids, when you're helping make that egg in the morning, or make sure that there's something in the bag to go to the studio or to get on a plane on time, or hey, the extra pair of drawers in the suitcase. I mean, just the real stuff nobody talks about. That is how you achieve certain levels. And again, by no means am I placating, because I'm in the scenario right now where I'm in a custody battle, not too much information, and I'm the plaintiff. Mm-hmm. Because I want more time with my daughter. Mm-hmm. And I think that I have been discounted as a dad. I think it goes both ways. So when you're looking at it, there is a calculation that you come up with. And when you have a net worth of billions of dollars, $2 million.
Listen, he just spoke a word today. Romeo, you probably need to PayPal him or Cash App him or Venmo or Zelle him. Like, he gave you some invaluable information and advice, Romeo. Like, that should really take you into adulthood, through adulthood, and into your seniorship. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Hey, but Romeo, the thing that I did say though is that make sure that you are valued as well, right? That you don't.
Thank you, brother. I heard that part.
So it's making sure that you're valued as well, bro. And it's these things in relationships, man. It's a mutual respect, a mutual empathy, and when you have that, that's when you can really thrive and have fun. I mean, relationships aren't supposed to be about drama, man. They're about to be about like having fun together and building something. So you have to kind of manage them like your business. Make sure you have regular meetings with your significant other outside of dinner and things like that. Just talking. How you feeling? What am I doing right? Hey, would you mind this?
Oh.
Yeah, Portia TR, talk to us. We got feelings too. Why you think we on our PlayStation? No, go ahead.
Great PlayStation games, but anyway, we are not here to talk about relationship-ish, but you did school Romeo today. Thank you for that, because he needed somebody to let him know. Right. But we are here to talk about Peace and Purpose, and Marcus Johnson is an independent Billboard ranked musician, so he's going to be playing something for us, hopefully. He's an NAACP Image Award nominee, owner of Flow Brands and Flow Wines, JD and MBA, philanthropist, father, friend, and so much more. Welcome to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. How's it going?
Going well. I'm grateful to be up this morning,
Okay, wonderful. So we got you doing a performance for us at Peace and Purpose. Let's talk about this Billboard ranked musician. What do you play?
I'm a jazz piano player. So I've been performing since my second year of law school, and put out 2 CDs while in law school, and just decided afterwards I had to deal with Blue Note on the table, Motown, Mojazz label, and a couple of other companies, and decided, okay, I can take this law degree and MBA and, build my own company and build a brand. So 20 CDs later, doing a bunch of stuff. I play all over, the world. I don't know exactly. Are you in Atlanta, LA? What, Chicago?
They're in Atlanta. I'm in Detroit.
Okay. So Detroit and Atlanta are 2 of my top markets. Pandora, I'm one of the top 1% of all artists on Pandora, with including jazz, hip hop, etc. And I have a radio show on WCLK in Atlanta. And so, just really, I realized at a young age in junior high and high school, I had a gift the guy gave me that made people smile. So why not do that?
Love that. And now, tell me this: are you sitting at your piano right now?
I'm not. So
okay.
Here's the thing. So the 6-year-old has Zoom class this morning.
Okay.
So in the basement is where my studio is, and then my girlfriend has class on the first level. She's gone back to get her business degree. So we're like zoomed out of the house. So I'm literally in the bedroom and, you know, back here, but I am going to play something on Saturday. And we have a panel on Friday as well. So.
Okay. So tell us about your panel. Tell us about what you're going to play. I'm excited. Let's start with the panel first.
Well, you know, I've been doing a lot of speaking on business development, and I've taught everywhere from Georgetown, Howard, Cornell. You know, I've done speeches at Harvard, and it's really about helping. I believe that our civil rights is in our ability to go to Cash App and press a button and make sure that we can sustain other families. When we have the ability to fund our political action committees, the PACs, and have a voice at the table, it is, I mean, that's our power right there. So, you know, I do all that I can to help growing businesses get an idea about what's going on, how to understand what marketing is, the difference between marketing and sales, strategic development, understanding their target markets, what product are you doing, how do you get distribution, and put all that into and this is how you build your business. And all of us, all the way down to just our personal brands of, you know, you as Portia, me as Marcus, we have brands, and these are things that need to be protected. And there's a pragmatic way to do it. And my life model is called Deeper. And I believe everybody with a passion and a life model can get, you know, reach any level of success. And Deeper is dream, engage, environment, plan, execute, and reflect. You have to have a dream. You have to be disciplined and engaged in it. You have to have a great environment, which is what we were talking about with significant others when we first started. You know, you have to have a constructively critical people that tell you yes and tell you why, and no and tell you why. Then it needs to be written in a plan on a piece of paper, because if it's not written, it's a dream. Then you go out and do it. And most people, especially in the African American community, I think that we go and we do deep with an E. We don't reflect, rest, and evaluate where we are. Are you happy? Are you not? What are you doing? What worked? What didn't? What can we do better? And just being vulnerable. And when you're that way, man, you can do anything. So, yeah.
You just gave everybody everything for free. But we love that.
No. Hey, just
you gave them some key pieces for free. Yes, but we love it. We love it. Definitely some gems that you dropped. We coming to the panel. We gonna be there.
I love it. And we're gonna have some fun when I play on Saturday, and it's me and my trio, and we, you know, play everything from some covers I love, like All the Things Your Man Won't Do, you know, and that's not going to Dre's wife or anything like that. But you know, it is, you know, from things like that to some of the fun things I do, The Missing Ingredient, which is one of my new favorite tunes to play. It's awesome.
Oh, I love it. I wish you could have given us a snippet of what we were going to hear. You gave us a snippet of what we're going to learn on Friday. Your panel is on Friday, right?
We just talked about that. We just talked about that. How much the man got to give? How much the man got to give?
He ain't learned nothing, Marcus. He hasn't learned a thing.
Marcus,
I love it.
This weekend, man, that's when you can give, brother. I'm gonna support you this weekend. You ain't gotta let all these women keep pressuring you. I got you, man.
Definitely. I mean, and one of the things, you know, Portia, for everyone out there, you know, my wine brand is one of the top 10 celebrity wine brands in the country, by USA Today. And, you know, we're doing an aggressive national relaunch. We produce in California. So, and that is actually an ode to the women in my life. Romeo, you know, we gotta take care of them. We do, right? So, you know, nothing better that, you know, if you look at experiences, there's nothing better than, you know, wine and some Marcus Johnson music. So, the name of the brand is Flow, and that's for the love of. And if you go to Marcus Johnson 360, you can see what we're doing with the music, my book, my speaking, and Flow Wine. And we're having a great time with it. Building brands, building other millionaires, man.
Love it. I don't know how in the heck I'm going to attend all of these sessions, but by some way, I promise you, I'm going to be there. I'm going to learn, and I'm definitely going to be there to hear your performance as well. Marcus Johnson, thank you so much for taking the time to come out to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. We're going to see you on Friday and Saturday. So thanks again.
All right, thanks. Hey, Romeo, I got your back though, dog.
Send him that money, Romeo. Send him that money, Romeo. You owe him big time. He just gave you a whole bunch of free game. Like he don't even know what you did for him. He don't even know.
All right. Y'all take care. I'll see you Friday and Saturday. Thanks so much.
See you Friday and Saturday. Thanks, Marcus.
Right.
Take care.
Right. Got it. Bye-bye.
Bye.
King James, Amir, somebody come back in my life, because clearly this is not happening.
You better rewind this session and take heed to what he said, because he put you up on game.
Okay. What a woman on draws is packed.
Facebook, Tiara on her glow. Yep, she on her glow today.
Yes, she is.
The road to negotiate with an ex begins with cordial.
Being cordial, yep.
It says it begins with cordial.
Right, it begins with cordial, being cordial, but yes.
As anger increases. Okay, got you. I hear you, D. I'm rocking with you. I'm glad I don't got those issues.
Well, it's not a bad issue to have, right? If you got billions and your ex just want a couple millions every month, like you the other side of it is that you got the billions with the millions to give, so it's not that difficult.
You know.
Nope. I'm gonna Jeff Bezos you. I'm gonna pay you this one time, and that's gonna be it. Go on about your life now.
And I'm sure his wife, she probably packed a few drawers in the bag a few times.
Listen, he was speaking nothing but truth. He was speaking nothing but truth, Romeo. Like, I really do hope you let that seep in. I'm just saying. Hey, y'all. Hey.
Hey, Brooks. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that.
Girl.
Of course, brother. Of course. Come on.
I'm on here by myself. They beat me up. Hey, Kyla. How you doing?
I'm good.
Kyla, what's the word?
Little thing to have a little extra light real quick. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, girl, because you look flawless. Hey, girl, hey.
What's up? How are you guys?
Can I ask Brooks?
Welcome to the show, Brooks.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, man, let me ask you this question. Does in a divorce, does $2 million a month sound reasonable?
If you got billions, come on now. He just got schooled. And I don't even know why he asking this question.
There's a lot that goes into that
You know
question. How long they've been together? What happened? Why is it there a divorce? How many kids?
$2 million a month, though, Brooks. Come on now, brother. Oh, stay with me now.
I'm with you. It all depends, though. It all depends. It is enough, but I don't know.
Romeo hell bent on not giving his ex-wife nothing.
Look,
she done been there for 30, 40 years. She done helped the man make his name, make his career, birth the kids, took care of the kids while he was on the road. She done packed some extra draws. Kyla said, what did I walk into?
Hold on, I'm gonna give y'all some context. We've been talking about how Jeff Bezos gave his ex-wife like $160 billion, and how Dr. Dre's ex-wife is asking for $2 million a month. I said there's no such thing as $2 million a month. It just ain't no such thing.
Okay.
Y'all might have to be, read up on before y'all comment. You can't put them on that on the spot.
You ain't by yourself, man. But I think you got to tiptoe on this. I think you got to tiptoe.
Give that girl her money. Let her go about her way. Like, why you dragging us out in court? Give that girl her money. Let her go on about her life. She don't want you. She don't want nothing to do with you. Listen, she already had some kids that look just like you. She's good. Give her money. Let her go.
Good morning. Good morning, y'all. I'm glad to see you. Kind of like, what's going on?
What y'all doing this morning? What coast are y'all on?
Okay. All right, Brooks, what coast you on? You on the West Coast too?
Central. I wish I was on the West Coast.
Where you at? Chicago?
I'm in Winnipeg again.
Oh, okay. All right, Winnipeg.
Recognize that background.
I know, right? These brick walls.
Yeah.
Hey, I was actually in your spot when I first got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like on-screen chemistry come through. So listen, we here to talk about y'all new movie. Let's meet again on Christmas Eve. What's going on with the movie, y'all? Super cute movie. I love it. Let's look at the promo before we begin. So I think we have a trailer for it.
Yeah, and the trailer don't cost $2 million. Let's go.
Get that girl her money.
Children, we met at college.
This is unexpected. December 5th.
They are renewing their vows on Christmas Eve. There is no better person to plan this than you.
The last thing I need is a distraction.
You're both adults, and it's not like you're still in love with him.
You two make a great team.
Being around him has made me realize how much I really miss him.
Kyla Pratt and Brooke Starnell.
Merry Christmas.
Let's meet again on Christmas Eve. Premieres Saturday, December 5th at 8. Part of It's a Wonderful Lifetime, 24/7 holiday movies all season long.
Super cute, y'all. Super cute. And the chemistry, I must say, on screen looks beautiful. Tell us about the movie, Kyla. Tell us about your role. And then we'll get to you, Brooks.
All right.
Well, Let's Meet Again on Christmas Eve is such a cute script. Like, it was so fun to just read and be a part of. I love doing films for Lifetime. They're always they just get you in the Christmas spirit. And to come on to this one, I had worked with the producers before. I had worked with the director before. It was weird because we were shooting it during COVID. It was like one of the first movies that they allowed to start shooting in Winnipeg, where Brooks is now. That's where we shot this one. And it's a nice, sweet story about, college sweethearts that, separated and then accidentally come back together. And you know how that can be awkward. And during Christmas time. So it's a feel-good movie that's filled with so much love and beautiful Christmas lights and Christmas feeling.
I love it, love it, love it. Brooks, tell us about your role in the movie and all of that great stuff.
So I play Rob, who is who's a photographer, and he comes in so excited to shoot this wedding that he shot with his family before, and he knows everyone in the family. He's kind of like, the second child. And I come in thinking that it's just going to be me, and then now Kyla's character comes in, and we reunite unknowingly, and it just starts a whirlwind of emotions, feelings from the past, and things that we didn't know we still felt, and you really get a sense of everybody can have their experience in this movie.
I love it. Tiara.
So how has it been filming a movie in this season of COVID, and the importance of bringing that Christmas spirit to everybody, especially during this time?
It was a little stressful. We did shoot the film in Canada, so traveling up there and to be not harassed, but basically, you get there and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And I like, "Oh, I'm shooting a movie." They're like, "No, you're not, because the movie's everything's closed." And I'm like, "No, they started it back up. I'm not here to do this." Right. We had to both quarantine for 2 weeks. And so that was the hardest part for me, because usually these films take around 3 weeks to shoot. And so to have to quarantine for 2 weeks, that means I had to be away from my family for 5 weeks. And that's the longest that I've ever been away from my kids. Mm-hmm. And so it was a difficult time. And then also having to deal with, people being tested, everybody's on set with masks on. We had to, of course, take our masks off during shooting. And then Brooks and I had to be very close in many scenes. So it was stressful, but then you also have to remind yourself what you signed up for and just try to be as healthy as possible during this time. So if you did get something, then you can possibly, fight it off. So it was difficult, but it was also nice to be working at that time, because that was a couple of months into it where, people like us, we weren't working. And it's like, I'm used to constantly I need something to feel like I'm, bringing, how most of America felt at this time, where it's like, wait, ain't nobody giving us money to sit home and chill. So it was also, so it was a bunch of mixed emotions, but I think I'm very happy that we both were able to do it. And I think that the product, you know, is amazing because now people get to have this joyous feeling, and while, you know, still dealing with the pandemic during the holidays, and hopefully it can bring some type of joy, you know, to everyone's life.
Absolutely.
Well, first of all, you bring me joy because
Oh,
second of all, I love the mom you. Like real talk. I love the mom you. Like the mom you is a good thing to see socially and television wise. My question to the both of you guys is based upon like the industry right now, because streaming is big and people are going back to television, and people are even going back to rebooting like your old shows, like, you know, because they want that love back. You as actors, like, are y'all seeing the shift? Like, I'm not gonna say our movies gone, but is the process of, you know, big theaters, do you guys think that's still gonna be a thing in 2021? Or are more people into, you know, I want the Lifetime movie, I want to sit down with the family on the couch type of feeling?
No, go ahead, Brooks.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. Do you think?
No, I was gonna say I like the balance of it. I love going to the theater and you know, going to the movies, and that's one of the hardest things that my kids have had to deal with because we go to the movies all the time. And so my baby's like, you know, can we go to the movies? And I'm like, no, baby, everything is shut down. But I also still love, you know, being at home and being able to stream something from home, or, you know, having these Lifetime movies that we can watch. I love the balance of it. So I'm hoping that this next year coming, like, we can get back to the balance. I love this part of it as well, but I just want a little bit of both.
Brooke? Yeah, I think I agree with Kyla. I think there's room for everything. I think streaming, you know, it brought a different segment into the entertainment genre, but there is something to be said for the communal aspect, I think, of the theater. When I say the theater, I mean movie theaters, but I also mean live theater. You know, there's something to be said for that, you know, that communal experience that you get walking into the theater, grabbing popcorn around everybody, talking about the movie, sitting down, you know, that the gasp, all that from everyone. There's a certain energy, tribal energy, I think, that you get there. I'm getting a little deep, so I'll regress, but yeah, you know, and then streaming, you know, it's just the binge aspect. You know, we consume a lot, and I think the consumer in us wants to sit down with streaming, but I think also the tribal communal aspect wants to have that theater experience. So I don't think it's going to go away.
The reason I ask is because I don't know if you guys seen this. For the first time ever, I've seen like a flood of Black films, like I've never seen before. Like I've never seen before, like a flood of Black films, whether it's television, Lifetime, like you said, streaming. All of a sudden, there's Black categories. All of a sudden, there's Black categories, or there's Black programming that has boosted from this 2020 pandemic.
And the resurgence of like the nostalgia of even when Netflix did. I mean, how has that been for you, Kyla, seeing so many people getting back into one-on-one and Proud Family and all those different things?
Oh, that's been amazing.
Yes.
I mean, I love it so much because I shot those things, you know, as a teenager. So I wasn't really like, oh, people are going to watch this and this is going to be it was like, oh, let me go to work real fast and then I'll go with my friends and I'll see y'all later. Oh, it came on? Oh, that's cool. So,
right.
I didn't really understand what I was doing. And so now that it's on streaming platforms, I was just telling someone yesterday, like, now my kids are watching the movies and the shows that I did, you know, growing up. They are able to see those, because before it was like, oh, you can find it on YouTube, but anywhere else. And that's where my daughter got her idea of her Halloween costume this year. She's like, oh, I want to be, you know, Penny Proud. And that made me feel like, oh, yay. Like,
yay.
So it's been a real feeling because, you know, I didn't really look at it like that. And so now I have so many people that are just like, oh my gosh, I watched this growing up and it helped me with this. And I didn't realize, you know, because it did help me growing up, but I was in it.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
Huge part of my childhood.
always be super chill. So I'm like, game on.
It was a huge part of my childhood, and I love the idea of a reboot. How do you guys feel about reboots in this season? Do you think it's important to bring something like the Proud Family back in 2020?
Oh, like the Proud. I feel like how I feel about reboots. It depends on what it is, and I feel like some things should not be touched. But I feel like some things, we can, bring it to life a little bit. But I'm recording the reboot for Proud Family right now.
Wonderful.
And I think that everybody it's bringing that same feel that it did before.
What about you? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kyla.
No, go ahead. No,
I was just gonna ask Brooks. What about you? How do you feel about reboots?
I think reboots are cool. I actually did a reboot. I did the reboot of Total Recall, and that was one of the first reboots, huge reboots that to be done. I think they're cool. I think you have to again tiptoe. I think you have to put it in the right hands and make sure it's done right, because there's a lot of nostalgia there.
Yeah.
I think we're seeing that with Star Wars. They're getting some of them right, they're getting some of them wrong. Yeah. And crazy thing about Proud Family is it was a little bit after my time in that era of childhood, right? But I told my brother I was like, man, I'm doing a movie with Kyla. He's like, Kyla Pratt. I'm like, yeah. He was like, Penny Proud. And I'm like, my dude, who is Penny Proud? And he's 6 years younger than me. I'm like, I don't even know who Penny Proud. I never watched it, right? I watched the Thundercats. But my brother knew who she was. I mean, I knew her from Dr. Dolittle and everything, but I think reboots are cool, man. I think reboots are cool.
So let's get back into this movie. So let me tell y'all one thing that I loved about the movie. There are so many things to love about this movie, but one thing that I loved about the movie is the storyline and how realistic it could be, right? So going off to college, you in a relationship, and then y'all come back and y'all meet again, and y'all get into a relationship again. So how does that? I guess one of my questions is, has that experience ever happened to you guys in real life? And or if it did happen, if it did not happen, would you be open to something like that happening? Kyla, we'll start with you.
No, yeah. I've been with my man since I was 21.
You better say that, boo. Miss that. Romeo, back up, Romeo, back up.
First of all, I respect Kyla so much. I know her guy. She's been on. I've met her guy. He's a great guy. Him, me and Nessie are real cool. So like he's a good guy. Now Brooke,
yeah, I've never had that situation, but I'm very I have friends, I'm very talkative. I'm always like, what's going on with you? So I know, and I write as well. So I recognize that this is a very similar story to what a lot of people have been through, especially being young and separating and not being together. I mean, me and my man, we got together when we was young, but I'm like, you ain't leaving me. We ain't doing this. We're not going back and forth.
We talked about that earlier today too, but yep. I feel you. What about you, Brooks? And I know y'all got to get out of here soon too, but what about you, Brooks?
The script was very good. It hit on the head on a little bit, but for me, the experience wasn't like that. It was a little more brash than that for me. I won't get into detail.
Do tell. Go into detail. We want to know.
Hey, tiptoeing this whole time. So
don't do it, brother. He said tiptoe.
Tiptoe, man. These toes is worked. No. It's a different world for a dude, man. It's a different world. So, it hasn't been as easy as, we just gonna separate and leave it as that. And even to seeing the person again, is, you got to tiptoe. You don't know how she feel.
But you know what's so amazing about that is like this movie, like a lot of people might have that feeling of having been with somebody when they were younger, and what if they would have ran back into each other, what could have happened. And that's what I love about the movie, because it shows people, the lifetime Christmassy joyous version of what could have been.
Yeah. I love it.
Great answer.
I love it.
It premieres this Saturday, December 5th at 8:00.
Saturday, December 6th. Yep.
Central, and we will be tuning in. So excited to check this movie out.
Tune in on like 3 TVs.
All of them. We're gonna stream on all devices.
I think I'm gonna do I'm definitely gonna do one of my Twitter watch parties for y'all joint, man. I think, you know, I'm not all with the lovey-dovey stuff, but I am with the spirit of love.
Yes, spirit of love and Christmas, and people need a little extra joy this year. So you do your party. I'll make sure to hop in there real quick and be like, yeah, I thought you was doing Get some of this love. You better watch some of this.
Yes. Well, we can't wait to see it. Everybody tune in.
Yes.
Saturday, Lifetime.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. We appreciate y'all. We just want y'all to know that.
It was good talking to you guys.
Yes, and great feel good movie, y'all. Starting that season off right. Merry Christmas.
All right, Merry Christmas.
All right, y'all. We'll see December 5th, 8 p.m. Let's meet again on. Don't they just look cute on screen together, y'all? I was looking at all your promo pics like, oh, that's cute. This one cute. super cute. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Brooks, I'm going to be using that all day. I'm going to be using tiptoe all day.
Hey, man, that's the easiest thing to do. Just tiptoe, brother.
Hashtag tiptoe.
That's work, take another one.
All right, guys. Thanks again. Talk soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Mills, what's up? Greg Miller, what's up? Brittany Alexis.
Hey, Brittany. Hey, girl. Hey.
I love Kyla Pratt, favorite actress.
Yes, Kyla Pratt.
Thanks.
Kyla Pratt is so funny. Y'all, the movie is excellent. Y'all gotta watch.
Like she, the same way she did when she was 16 years old.
So of course, we don't need to say black don't crack.
We don't have to say that.
We don't have to say it.
This is, I mean, it's right there. You just saw it. So.
Let's get into the social report before we gotta go.
Tiptoe Team Romeo. That's what I'm talking about. Team Romeo.
Hit it.
Love y'all to death. All right, so let's start with the sad news. Detroit rapper Band Game Paid Will was announced deceased yesterday at the age of 27. Apparently right now they are still trying to figure out the who, what, when, where, and why. But he was definitely moving up. I would want to say one of the hottest underground rappers in the Detroit area that I was recognizable for, but they're trying to figure it out. But he passed away yesterday at the age of 27. And
sad to hear.
Well, I'm gonna keep up the sad. Next up,
send the condolences and prayers to his family. That's very sad to hear.
Jesus Christ. Dr. Dre has revealed how much Dr. Dre has to reveal how much he earns, how much he spends, and his money within the next 3 days. The court has ordered that by Friday he will be slapped with $100,000 fine if he does not reveal his earnings and spendings of his account. As we move on.
Don't be trying to skate past that. Yeah. Y'all think he gonna do it? He gonna get fined or what? Okay. Producer Ashley said we gotta move on.
Thank you, Ashley. Jesus Christ. All
right. Fine.
And other news, and I don't know what's going on with y'all.
Can we make it through 2020, please? Like we got less than 30 days, y'all. Come on now. Let's work together.
New Jersey upcoming rapper Triple Beans was shot dead. Apparently, he was getting out of his car, and this is caught on surveillance camera. He was getting out of his car when assailants started firing multiple gunshots at him. As he was hit, he died on the scene, and he was literally coming off of a great run with artists like DaBaby, Lil Uzi Vert, and apparently he has been taken away from us as well in the New Jersey area, and this happened yesterday as well. I don't know what's going on with y'all.
Y'all, less than 30 days. Less than 30 days. Let's kumbaya. Kumbaya. Let's just make it through.
Next up, what's next, Ashley? I really forgot. Tell me something. Oh, my fault. Well, let's go to one of my favorite rappers. Casanova is currently wanted by the FBI for a RICO charge. And if y'all don't know what RICO charges is, you definitely don't want a RICO charge. Apparently, they have associated him with a New York affiliate gang called the Untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation. This nation is literally on a federal investigating for two black men who were killed years ago. And apparently his name was brought up as being a part or a member or a person that caused the shot in this game. Now, Casanova is a very well famous rapper. Casanova has hits. I don't know what y'all thinking, but the FBI is looking for him, and this happened yesterday as well. Was something going on Tuesday that nobody didn't tell us about or something? Did we miss something? Did we miss something on Tuesday?
I don't damn know, y'all.
Really, a lot going on. I actually saw somebody talk about the importance of like what you hear and listen to, and I think that we talk a lot about just rappers and rap and hip hop and the type of music that it is. And even though, we all love, it's a part of our culture, even a lot of the things that we're witnessing has been historically just a part of rap. But at the same time, I think a lot of people are falling victim to the type of words that they're putting in their lyrics and the type of environment that they're finding themselves rapping about. Because as a man thinketh, so is he. So be very mindful of what you take into your headspace, because that does reflect your reality.
I just don't have no words, y'all. I mean, everything Tiara just said. Like, stop acting up. Stop acting up. And that's not even for the people that are deceased now. It's for the people who are attacking the deceased. Stop acting up. Y'all act like we're not one big community, one big family, really. Like we trying to survive COVID, and y'all going out.
Yeah.
What are you mad about?
Who?
What's with all the rappers getting killed? I'm with you, Irish baby. Like, what are you mad about? What are you mad about?
I don't know. Maybe that's not a safe profession for you to pursue nowadays.
And right. And I even say it to this point. What are you mad about that either we can't talk about or we just can't go one-on-one and just fight it out? Like
y'all don't fight now. Y'all don't fight nowadays. Everybody want to pull a gun or pull a strap or jump or do like what the heck?
I can't get the fight option. Like, Portia, what if it was like this? Hey, brother, I know you about to shoot me. Can I get a fight option? Can we just
put the guns down? Let's go one-on-one.
Yeah, people definitely have to do a better intake of how they're feeling mentally and women
processing and reacting.
Just irrational decisions that impact lives for years and years to come.
Absolutely. Okay, y'all. 9:57. Let's go with positive thoughts.
Who's starting off? Romeo,
let's go ahead.
I love to start it off. 2 bits, 4 bits, 5 bits, 6. You're not getting $2 million out of me a month. You are crazy. Hey man, I want y'all to have a great Wednesday.
Was it like a scene on In Living Color where they did something like that? Y'all know what scene I'm talking about?
My God. Really, Romeo? That's how you feel?
Hey, y'all have a great Wednesday, man.
Oh my God.
I'm passing this to Tiara.
Forgive him, Father, for he knows not what he does. Go ahead, Romeo.
My positive thought of the day, which I've actually been marinating on lately, is everything isn't always good, but at the same time, everything isn't always bad. So choose what you think on. Your cup can either be half empty or it can be half full. It's all about perspective. So take that into consideration as you go about your day. And I'm passing the ball to Portia.
Hey y'all, hey. I'm I'm still on my Peace and Purpose kick. We have some wonderful guests from the Peace and Purpose Conference. Join us this week. We have more joining tomorrow. And of course, the conference kicks off on Friday. So I am very excited about that. So my positive thought for the day, today is Wednesday, December 2nd. Oh my God, 2020. But my positive thought of the day is be the reason that someone believes in the goodness of people. Be the reason that someone believes in the goodness of people, y'all. Yes.
We're giving Mrs. Claus Santa.
I'm just so Marcus was on and he said his superpower was making people smile. Make somebody smile, y'all. Like that feels good. It feels good.
Shout out to all of our guests. We had a great lineup of guests today.
We did. Yeah. So
home run.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. We got a lot of work to do. Lot of work to do.
Get to it.
Teru, if you still out there, I'm gonna call you, but we got a lot of work to do.
Tomorrow, hopefully they'll be out there feeling, man. Y'all have a great Wednesday, man.
Peace. 10 o'clock. Let your clock speak. It's 10 o'clock. You said read a book. Man.
My team Romeo, read a book.
Be the reason.
My team Romeo.
Be the reason someone believes in the goodness of people. Just treat people right.
Kim Taylor, we're gonna add you to Team Romeo. I'm gonna send you your gift basket. We're gonna add Team.
Oh Lord, bye y'all.
Oh, Team Romeo gift basket going out for Christmas. I'll be DMing y'all. Team Romeo gift basket. They're gonna have y'all own shirts.
Don't pay no attention to Romeo. We'll see y'all tomorrow.